Okay, don't you just love this background? It's beautiful, right? So I thought, how can I miss the opportunity to record? I am in Manchester. I'm staying at a friend's. I came up to Manchester to just see what's going on in my house and make sure my tenants are fine. You know, with home ownership, everything goes wrong all at the same time. So yeah, I just thought, let me just come and see for myself, and see what I need to sort out. So it's really good to be here. Really good to connect with those friends. You know, the old timers, you know, where you just continue where you left off. So I left Manchester in December 2020, and yeah, so it's been really good. Short visit, catching up with a couple of friends. Anyway, I just figured let me continue the conversation around ADHD. Yesterday was all about, you know, how do you, if you're a Christian woman, how do you manage ADHD, in that context? But today I figured I'll kind of go a bit broader and just think about the other A word that's flying around, which is AI. And I wondered how you feel about it. There's a lot of fear mongering, a lot of, oh my gosh, you've only got 2 years left, and you know, until AI completely takes over and it's going to be doing everything for us. How are you feeling about that? Does it scare you? Does it make you feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm too late? I know I've definitely had pangs of those feelings, especially given that I'm jumping on YouTube or attempting to be a creator, content creator in the midst of AI. And I don't know about you, but I was anti AI for I held on for as long as I could. But given that I have ADHD and I kept on hearing how it was benefiting other people I know in my connections that have ADHD, I figured, you know what, let me give it a go. Let me see what all the fuss is about. And sure enough, it is helping. No, just to be clear, I'm not using it to create, to write for me, to, you know, I'm not outsourcing my thinking, my brain power at all. Um, you know, I will create something like today, for example, sorry, not today, yesterday, you know, I was writing an outline for something. Then I'll feed it into AI and say, hey, AI, can you speak to me like a strategist and give me some feedback? And then at the end, because I use Claude, it says, do you want me to give you an amended version? Now, instead of pressing yes, I go away and I make the changes it suggests, and the loop continues. So yes, it could be really easy for me to let AI just write out a script and then copy and paste that script, but that ain't me, and I don't think that should be you either. We don't want to. We don't want our brains to atrophy. There was an MIT uh, um, research done recently that showed that just using AI constantly, it is reducing our brain capacity. So for us, 40 plus, we really have to protect our brain, and yeah, don't let AI do it all for you. So for ADHD, how do I use it? I use it for brainstorming. I use it to help kind of summarize or even give me a schedule. So I've used it, for example, when I was preparing to speak in June, I can tell I was running out of time. So I said, can you create a schedule where I can, I think I had a month, no, I had time. So I said, create a schedule for a month, because I'm speaking on the 12th of June. And then I didn't stick to the schedule. And then I said, look, I've got 2 weeks left. Can you rejig the schedule you created for me? And it did it. It spurted out a schedule. And I thought, okay, phew, at least I know it's possible. Let me stick to the schedule as best as I can. I didn't stick to it strictly. And then I think I had a couple of days left where I said, look, I still got this and that to do. Can you kind of give an outline of how best I should attack my talk? I've left a lot out, but it really kind of, I use it like literally like my assistant, you know, as if I had a physical assistant by me. So I'm not saying I have the right way of using AI if you have ADHD, but I can tell you it really makes a difference knowing that when I have maybe some brain fatigue around decision making or there's a blank page, it actually has helped me kind of get a kickstart around a new idea. So if you don't have to obviously take my advice. If you're anti AI, that's completely fine. And yeah, I'm kind of conflicted. Obviously, for me, I'm trying to use it ethically. I think about the environment. I also think about the health disadvantage, to our brain health. And so I want to use it as sparingly as possible. And even I can just fall into the trap sometimes when I kind of get into a flow state, hyper focus state of continually using it for some feedback. So yeah, how are you using it? Any advice for people with ADHD in how to use it that I might not have shared? I mean, obviously, this is a very quick video, but I just thought, yeah, it is a useful tool. I'm actually really grateful because I work for myself. I think that's a factor I should have thrown in. I work for myself, so self-employed. Sometimes sat looking at a blank page, thinking, where do I start, or not knowing. Sorry, the other thing I meant to say is actually great for research, but you really also need to verify it and push for right information. So check for yourself, use it for research, but also check. I use Claude and Perplexity, and I tend to kind of use it interchangeably to compare and contrast their answers. And yes, they are very different. So I might prefer Claude for some things and Perplexity for other things. And I probably talk about that in more depth another time. So it is a thumbs up for using AI sparingly to support my ADHD. So let me know if you've got any other tips on how to use it. Alrighty. Okay, I'll leave it there. Bye.